years and have already led us far down the road to a dismal fate. Unless corrected, they may become a fatal flaw indeed. Narrow horizons and short time frames are always misleading. That's why it's impossible to determine whether, even in the dramatic changes we see over a lifetime, we're witnesses to a descent into chaos or a profound revolution that will lead to a better future. A wider view, one that encompasses humanity over the millennia and the world over the eons, is required if we're to discern the true path of our evolutionary trajectory. In writing this book, I've taken that long view, and despite the challenges we now face, I feel optimistic for ourselves, our children, and our planet. If we are to prosper, we must have hope, goodwill, and understanding. Part 1. Mother Nature or Monster Earth. Chapter 1. Evolution's Motive Force. There is nothing conscious about life's lethal activities. Peter Ward, 2009. Whatever each day held, Charles Darwin tried to set aside time for a stroll around a sand walk near his home, Down House, in Kent. Tradition has it that the sand walk was his thinking space, the place where he sharpened his evolutionary theory, as well as the sentences that would so elegantly carry it into print. Consequently, the walk is regarded with reverence by many scientists, and when I made my first pilgrimage to Down House in October 2009, it was this place above all that I wished to see. After paying my respects to the great man's office and drawing room, I followed the signs to the walk. It's a little removed from the house and its enclosed gardens, and entering it one feels instantly transported from the ordered human world into the wider world of nature. The walk consists of an oval-shaped path around a forest of hazel, privet and dogwood planted by Darwin himself. I was surprised to discover that despite its name, there's no sand on it, nor has there ever been. Instead, it is surfaced with flints, which Darwin's son Francis remembered his father kicking from the path as a means of keeping count of the number of circuits he'd completed. The forest is now tall and venerable, and as I strolled, I found myself pondering the thoughts that might possess a man as he walked repeatedly, almost compulsively, on a course as regular as a racetrack, through what must then have been saplings. While we can't know what occupied Darwin on the sand walk, there are hints in notes left by his children. As they grew up, they took to playing in the walk, and often distracted and delighted their father with their games. To a man immersed in complex reasoning, such disturbances would surely be resented, so perhaps complex theories or elegant sentences weren't the things that occupied him after all. It's my guess that during this repetitious physical activity, Darwin was mentally fingering his worry beads, and looming large among his concerns were the implications of the theory he's now famous for. Known today as evolution by natural selection, it explains how species, including our own, are created. Natural selection, Darwin understood from his studies, is an unspeakably cruel and amoral process. He came to realise that he must eventually tell the world that we're spawned not from godly love, but evolutionary barbarity. What would the social implications be? As his discovery became widely understood, would faith, hope and charity perish? Would England's early industrial society, already barbaric enough, become a place where only the fittest survived, and where the survivors believed that this was the natural order? Might his innocent-sounding theory turn people into cold-blooded survival machines? Charles Robert Darwin was born in 1809 in Shropshire, the son of a wealthy society doctor. Baptised into the Anglican Church, he was expected to follow his father into medicine, but the cruelty of surgery in the pre-anaesthetic era horrified him, so he quit his studies in favour of training as an Anglican parson, and in 1828 he enrolled in a Bachelor of Arts degree at Cambridge. This was the necessary prerequisite for a specialised course in divinity, and in his finals he excelled in theology, while barely scraping through in mathematics, physics and the classics. Darwin's plan for a life of bucolic vicardom, however, were deferred when, in August 1831, he heard that a naturalist was needed for a 2-year voyage to Terra del Fuego and the East Indies, aboard the survey ship Beagle. Although his father initially opposed the venture, Charles won him over and was accepted as